you could say that Kennedy and I had a pretty good day today. We added another title to the list of her accolades, which is ARHA World Champion in the Amateur Western Pleasure. Now, she actually got 2 titles today, but we're talking about 1 in this video. So here is Kennedy and I's Amateur Western Pleasure go. Because this is the ARHA World Show, they made it a little bit fancier by having us jog at the moderate extension down the center of the arena so that the announcer could announce our names and the horses' names. And the one thing that I will say I wish they did was announce the sires and the dams of the horses as well. But yeah, we trotted down the center, lined up on the rail. Kennedy, as soon as we lined up on the rail, started doing just some really quirky, weird stuff. Like, she was sneezing constantly, and I know she can't really help that, I guess. Like, I don't know if something kicked up in the air and she just got it in her nose and she just sneezed throughout the entire freaking class, which I know that she can't help, but she just seemed a bit more on edge. So with that taken into consideration, and the fact that this is probably the most crowded class we've been in yet together. I mean, this is only our 3rd show together. There was, I believe, 19 entered into this class. And so there was just a lot of us having to pass or other horses passing us. And I thought she handled it really well. It just didn't feel like we were quite as locked in like we were yesterday for control. Now, movement-wise, when she did lock in, I felt she moved even better today. Like, I felt like her shoulders were much freer. She was a lot lighter in her front end. But we did spend a lot of the class boxed in by other people or just kind of fighting for a spot on the rail. And that was, that was good for me in a sense, because I haven't shown the Western Pleasure very much. I have not had a whole lot of time working a Western Pleasure arena, and working through your traffic is such a big part of this event, showcasing your horse, getting it shown to the judges because it is a judged event. And so with a lot of horses in an arena, you have to stand out. You have to get your horse shown. You have to get the judges to look at your horse. And so you can't do that being behind a bunch of horses. Like, you have to take some risks. So there was a couple times that I just decided, hey, we're going to pull off the rail. I'm going to go ahead and pass. I feel like I can get to a better spot. And then there was other times where I would just kind of hang out behind whoever I was behind and try to keep Kennedy, at an even pace to where we didn't pass. So there's a little bit of both of that. I will say this class did not feel very settled. Like, while I was riding her, because she kept sneezing, the only time on the freaking live stream that they showed me and Kennedy, because I watched the whole class, was either while she was sneezing or during my one lope off where it wasn't very good. So I felt like it was not a very accurate representation on the live stream of how we went around, but it's okay. I think it was awesome that the American Roan Horse Association did a live stream. I encourage y'all to watch it for the rest of the show. But yeah, I felt like there were parts where we locked in, but you'll see there she just kind of put her head up, and that was because she was sneezing like so much. And so we made sure that we cleaned her nostrils out before she went in with Taft in the next class. But I couldn't really ask for her to move much better. I felt like for the traffic we were in, we were trying some new things today as well in the practice. And so I did feel like I went into this class with a little bit less of a plan and was just kind of riding the horse that I had and adapting once I got in there, which kind of adds an element of, I don't know, it's a little bit harder. But once we got done with the rail work portion and we had to go line up and, back up for the judges, she was a whole other level of on edge, and I'm not quite sure why. She just really got upset when the rest of the horses were leaving her off of the rail, and so that I had to go start doing like little circles. It was a little embarrassing because I went to lope her off to get my trophy when I won, and she like long trotted 5 steps before she would lope off. Like, she just lost her brain. But you know what they say, the truly amazing good ones are always a little quirky, and that is true in the case of Kennedy. So we got our first trophy together. We are American Roan Horse Association World Champions. Let me know if you have any questions, and stay tuned for Taft's ride, which was immediately after this one.